Welcome Amakhosi Network, welcome to the channel. Kaizer Chiefs got bad. Yabona when they that is what happened to Kaizer Chiefs. We got bad by Sundowns 4-0. We lost. There's a lot of problems with this Kaizer Chiefs team. And this problem is not the fact go to let me get into. Before I get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. To those who have subscribed, thank you. Look, the one thing I will say about this game, just to give you context of what I'm going to be saying in this game, is that I give this loss to Nabi. I've been saying this for the past 3 games, that I'm giving the loss to SuperSport to Nabi, to Amakhosi, drove to Nabi, and this Sundowns loss to Nabi. Because there's something very simple. Nabi has been getting his tactics wrong. I don't know why Nabi gets this tactic wrong. I don't know why. Look, it's simple. Nabi was doing this strategy of not pressing Abo Allende and then playing a high line, and then on top of that giving them width. So what that means that it's either Ribeiro or Reyners or anyone on the left or the right would get the ball. One man, get the ball alone, and these guys on the wings would be fast, so then they'll just go forward, cross the ball, and then that's what they were doing. Sundowns, basically today, it was Sundowns' easiest game in terms of their midfielders. Abo Allende, Abo Mkwena, they had the time of their lives. Why? They didn't have to kenika the midfield. They didn't have to Yabona, but all they did is that they got the ball. They're like, Musi Chiefs is not, these Chiefs is saying we must pass Abo Reyners on the right, Abo Ribeiro. Then that's what they did. They would pass Abo Muntao on the right. That's all they did. Allende get the ball, crossfield pass. Allende get the ball, crossfield pass. Mkwena get the ball, hit, and then they attack us like that. It was one-way traffic. So I was like, Nabi got his tactics wrong, because it's like, allow Sundowns to break us. Don't make it easy for them to pass someone on the wing. And then when they get the ball, they're already in our half. Sundowns must find it difficult to even get into our half. That is what I am crying for. This thing of making it easy for them that they can just get into our half anyway. And when I say get into our half, these guys were literally passing Abo Mudao, Mudiba, Reyners, etc. close to the underside, but by the 18-yard box. So when the guy gets the ball, there's not much job left. He just has to square the ball or find someone in the middle who's going to come in. So for me, this one is on Nabi. Nabi must take this loss. But another thing I'm going to say is, we have a very big I've been saying this throughout the week, and a lot of you guys didn't. I told you guys you're going to cry for Samkelo Zwane having a good half against Amakhosi. Go back to my Amakhosi video. I said you'll cry for Samkelo Zwane having a good game against Amakhosi, because against Amakhosi he was under no pressure. Amakhosi told us they're no longer playing football, but now they're defending. So Chiefs, about Samkelo Zwane can have the ball, and Samkelo was dishing the ball against Amakhosi. But then against Sundowns, with pressure, what happened? He loses the ball. How many passes did Zwane lose today? The first goal. Let's talk about the first goal. The first goal we concede. Samkelo Zwane playing tricks at the back, where he got the ball, he could have trapped past it. He's playing tricks. You can tell Sundowns is pressing us. Why are you doing tricks? Sundowns is pressing us. Let us move the ball out. Let's play safe. Don't do tricks. Play safe. Samkelo Zwane is doing tricks, which goes back to what I always say. Samkelo Zwane is too casual. Samkelo Zwane lacks maturity. The boy lacks maturity, is too casual, and he cannot play under pressure. I don't know how many times I have to tell this to people. Samkelo Zwane cannot play under pressure. He is like mad under pressure. He cannot play under pressure. He prefers a team that is going to say Chiefs Tati Bola, and then that's where he will play, where the team is not pressing us, where the team will sit back. That's the game Samkelo Zwane wants. And I knew it when I said Samkelo against Sundowns, they're going to press him, he's going to lose the ball. And that's what happened. And then Njabulo Blom doesn't have his legs, and Njabulo Blom is off. Sereno, my comments on Sereno remain the same. Sereno tries too hard. There are so many moments in this game, and even in the Amakhosi game, where I say, Sereno, trust your players, trust your teammates, even if they fumble, trust your teammates. Don't lose the ball one man with 5 players or 2 players or 3 players surrounding you. It's unproductive. Try, spread the ball. They're going to lose the ball. We know, Sereno Guti, your teammates are not as good as you. But it's frustrating to watch you try to beat the Sundowns by yourself. It's frustrating for us to see you try to dribble the whole of Sundowns and create tap-ins. This is Kaizer Chiefs, Mpana. This is Kaizer Chiefs. This is not Sundowns and all of these things. You cannot try to carry Chiefs on your own. You're going to end up suffering the fate of Kama Billiard and Keegan Dolly. Kama Billiard and Keegan Dolly suffered at Chiefs for this exact same reason. They tried to carry Chiefs on their back because the team lacked quality, and then they started doing too much. If you go and watch one of Keegan Dolly's videos, I think he was talking to Soccer Lamp Duma, and he was talking to Soccer Lamp Duma. He said, when the fans expect so much of you, and when you know there's not quality around you, you start doing things that are not you. You start trying to do too much, and that is what Keegan Dolly said happened to him, and what is happened to Sereno, the same thing. But then Cross is Mbobo. Miguel, you know what with Miguel? Miguel, I want to dissect Cross, but Cross does not have positioning awareness. Now you need to understand what I'm saying. Cross does not have positioning awareness. When I say this, it's going to sound like I'm talking nonsense, but every time Cross does this thing where he sees a player running, he goes out and then they pass it behind him. He doesn't have this position awareness to kind of instruct someone else to go. Like, he always wants to be the one to lead. It's like he plays with his heart on his chest. But when he plays with his heart on his chest, he falls into the Sundowns trap. Sundowns trap is simple. They'll pass it into the midfield, and then they'll drag the ball, wanting you to come out. The moment you lose your position, they just put it behind you. Cross, that's what they did. The moment Cross loses his position, they say Mudau Tat. The moment Cross loses his position, they say Ribeiro Tat. That was what was happening in this game, which is what frustrated me about Cross. Cross does not have positioning awareness. He plays too much with his heart. He doesn't think about some of the things that he's doing. He always opens a gap behind and thinks that Sundowns can't pass behind him. But Sundowns knows how to get the ball behind you, Cross. This is not Chippa United, etc. These guys, they plan that's their game plan. Their game plan is to suck you in and find the pockets behind. But anyway, then the next one I'll talk about is Miguel. Miguel is starting to show signs of his problem. Yes, he has this problem of getting yellow cards. When he gets a yellow card, every time he gets a yellow card, I'm like, this guy tends to forget. Miguel is a leader. He would rather die for his team. And that's how he gets his red card. His red card is because he can see Shalulilo is going to score. He gets his red card. I can't fault him for that one. But the one thing I'm going to fault Miguel for is Miguel has this tendency. He doesn't have pace. Miguel doesn't have pace. And because of the way Nabi is giving these teams width, like SuperSport, let's play back SuperSport's goal. They pass to Ndlovu. Ndlovu gets the ball. He just passes it behind Miguel. This game, they pass on the, I forgot who was on the left, they pass it through goal. Miguel is always late to these chances. He's late because unlike Dudley finds a way to get there because Dudley has pace. Dudley, actually, funny enough, is a very fast player. But Miguel is not fast. So Miguel is always behind play. He's always behind play, which is why he fouls players. If you check all of Miguel's fouls, most of his yellow cards this season, it's not a yellow card because it's difficult. It's yellow card because he understands he's not fast. So he then pulls the player down. He understands that if I let this guy go, I'm finished. So that's the problem. And that's why Dudley doesn't have the same yellow cards. Dudley doesn't have this yellow card of pulling someone when they're beating him. Because Dudley knows they can't beat him with pace. If you're going to beat Dudley, you're going to have to beat him 2-on-1. You can't just beat him 1-on-1 because he has pace. And he has ability. Now Miguel's problem is that he's not fast. He does not have that pace. So whenever you just pass Miguel Gancane, he grabs you, pulls you down. But that's how we're conceding goals. All the teams are figuring out Miguel's lack of pace, and they're exploiting his lack of pace. Despite him being a very good leader for us, he is lacking a pace at the back that is getting exposed by teams over and over and over and over again. Against Supersport, Morris scores one man, he's alone, Miguel is late. Sundowns, Miguel is late. All these games, Miguel is late, and that's how he gets his yellow card. In attack, there was no attack at Kaizer Chiefs. Ranga Chivavero, it was 10 men. When we started this game, it was basically 10 players against 11 of Sundowns because Ranga was not in the game. Ranga can't give you anything as an off-the-ball striker. He can't run behind. He can't get the ball, take on one or two players. Ranga expects a midfield that creates chances for him. Ranga is that kind of striker that should only ever be in the box. He should never, ever, ever try to create because that is not his specialty. He cannot create. Ranga is the kind of striker you just have to feed the beast. Just give him those tap-ins, give him those through balls where he's one-on-one with the keeper. That is the kind of things he wants. But this thing of being part of build-up is not his thing. But then what happens is that teams exploit that Ranga is not good at build-up. Then they know it's like we're playing 10 men of Chiefs. We don't have to worry about Ranga. Ranga, the moment we pass Ranga, it's fine. Ranga is not a threat to us. And that's what happens. Mdushabalala, I had one problem with this game that I didn't like as well. How many players couldn't trap the ball? Like basic things, things, there's certain, I want us to lose with dignity. Like let us lose doing the right things. If Sundowns beat us today 4-0, but I saw the performance that they beat us, maybe it was unlike, there's a deflection, like the first goal. When it's like that, you can take it. But when players can't trap, when Ditloko misses an open goal, a tap in, he misses the whole, all he had to do is hit the target goal. When there's moments when Serino and them are wasting chances, it said when Samkelo Zwane is a mbobo, like not a mbobo, Samkelo Zwane should never play a 6. I think Samkelo Zwane is a confused player because he cannot handle pressure, but he plays in a position that should be able to handle pressure. And Samkelo Zwane cannot do it. I don't know. I feel like Samkelo has to play. We have to remodel his gameplay. We have to remove him from that thing of thinking he's a DM. He's not a DM. The boy needs to almost now train to compete with Abomatlo and stuff, to play an 8. He needs to play an 8, or I'm not an 8, a 10. He needs to play a 10. That is where Samkelo is needed. More, he needs to compete with Umdushabala, Abomatlo. Those are the people he has to compete with. This thing of competing with Abomat is not good because he can't play that position. He really can't play. At this point, and yeah, Samkelo was so poor that I even missed Matt at some point in this game. I was like, Nabi, just throw in Matt, man. Matt is a waste, but at least he can hustle in defense. Like, it's no use having Samkelo Zwane who can't defend and then who can't attack and then who loses ball. Matt, as bad as he is, at least he can stop some of the chances that are being created by Sundowns. That is when I get to this point, that I'm broken. I'm broken. Our DM is broken. I don't know. But anyway, one thing I would say is that I said this and you guys laughed at me, but you saw it now when we were 10 men down. I've said this. I asked why, since we play Samkelo Zwane as a 6 that can't defend, why can't we play Nkosimpile Ngobo as a 6? Because he also can't defend, but I feel like he's more comfortable on the ball and he can handle pressure. Did you see what he was doing when he was playing a 6 today alongside Matt? He was playing a 6 and he helped us create, Baba. He did, at some point I was like, no man, Nkosimpile is making us play. Like, he's showing something there. Like, especially from the deep number 6. He would get the ball. Allende would try to press Nkosimpile. Nkosimpile didn't feel Allende. Like, that is what I want to see. When you don't feel these other players. When Uzane would get the ball, he would feel the pressure of Sundowns. But when Nkosimpile would get the ball, it felt like he's playing Chippa United sometimes, or the worst team in the league, or it felt like he's in training, because he would get the ball and then just pass. But I just think he needs training in the position. He just needs you to cook him in that position. He needs someone to cook him and say, this is now your position. We're going to force you to be a 6. and you're going to be a 6. We're going to teach you how to position yourself defensively and all of those things. But then you need to just dish the ball. Dish, Baba. Dish. Move the ball from midfield to the next phase. Because, man, Samkelo Zwane, Blom, they're struggling to move the ball when they are passed. They struggle to move the ball to the next phase. They can't get it to the next phase. Guys, I am gonna continue doing more reviews in tomorrow. This video is a bit long, but I'm gonna continue doing more review continue unpacking the game. But when I wanna end it with saying this, Nabi has been defeated 3 times by coaches. Kevin Hunt, Clinton Larson, and now Manqoba Nciti. I say this because today, I know Sundowns fans will say I'm talking nonsense and stuff like this, but I'm going to say this. Today, Sundowns beat Chiefs, not because Sundowns is crazy better or played beautiful football or amazing football. No. Sundowns beat Chiefs because Chiefs allowed themselves to be beaten by Sundowns. What I'm saying is that, yes, chances are we would have lost, but we made it easy for them. We made it easy for them because today was a game we were not meant to. This game was also, if Sundowns wins, it was meant to be a 2-1 game. But because we kept giving away the ball, because we kept losing shape, and a lot of people will say, but that is Sundowns forcing you guys to lose the ball and lose shape. And I'm like, no, it's the casualness of the Chiefs players. They showed lack of quality. And that's one thing I'm now starting to press on Nabi. Because, guys, I've been saying this for a while. Chiefs doesn't have a good squad, ne? It doesn't have a good squad. But can we all agree that our squad, the Kaizer Chiefs squad, is generally in terms of the amount of play, the quality of players, is probably a top 6 to top 5 level of players. I mean, now we're talking quality of players. They're probably top 6, maybe at worst 7, top 6 or 5. But sometimes the way we play like we are a team whose quality is number 14 or 13. So then it becomes a thing where we complain, we don't have quality players. It's going to, watch this week. This week is going to be a story of, Chiefs doesn't have quality. Chiefs doesn't. But I'm like, yeah, we all know we don't have quality to match Sundowns. But as a team, what product are we producing as a team? As a team, we should be seeing something, and that is where I'm now questioning Nabi. Nabi Ball is starting to have a lot of questions. Nabi Ball is failing. Ntwari, I don't even want to talk about him. The less said about Ntwari, the better. And Ntwari, the one thing I'm going to say about Ntwari is this. I never had opinions about him as a keeper when Chiefs signed him. I said we will see because I didn't watch him at TS Galaxy. I didn't rate him as, there was never a time where I was watching the DSTV Prem last season where I was like, this keeper is good. There was never a time. The keepers that I knew were good were the Chippa United keeper. It was Ronan Williams. And those were the only keepers. And you guys will know, during transfer window, I said, there's no keeper in South Africa I would buy, especially as a foreign keeper, except Peter Leeuwenburg, who used to play for Cape Town City. That is the only keeper I will sign as a foreign keeper. That's what I said at the beginning of the season. But anyway, that's all I have to say. And so I have to question the goalkeeping coach. Goalkeeper coach signed off on Ntwari, but Ntwari can't distribute. And I've said this before, Ntwari doesn't know how to pass the right player. He passes a player who's going to eventually be under pressure. Like, that's the thing. Ntwari doesn't know. He just kept losing the ball. You know what. Anyway, that is all I have for today. Amakhosi for life. Tell me what you guys